Tonight, the stars of the inspired ARCA series go on Talladega. 2.66 mile track has held some of the greatest finishes that we have ever seen in NASCAR history and on iRacing. And tonight, one of these drivers will walk away surviving, not just winning, but surviving. You see Jordan Jorno and Colton Ward doing their practice sessions. And right now, the big thing tonight is going to be pushing and drafting. We got 4 minutes left in this practice session here.
No.
And already, the dreaded pushing. And that's going to be big tonight.
Pushing in the corners, it seems like, because Colton spun the hell out of me.
Chatter over the broadcast as far as cussing goes.
I guess I did.
No, you're good. I'm just saying so everybody has the information.
Gonna pick the phone with Jordan. And stand by with Jordan Jorno, who has been released from the Infield Medical Center. First off, Jordan, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
So, did we just see what's going to be a dreaded consequence tonight with the bump drafting and all that and going into the corners? Is that going to be an issue, you think, or do you think it was just a bad push?
Looks to me like at Talladega specifically, this car is not liking a bump in the corner at all, because Colton hit me pretty square there, it felt like, but the car still went around. So I think, at least with the Chevy nose, obviously I don't know the other cars, but it seems like you can't really push in the corner at all. So maybe we'll see less lock-in bumpers than we did at Daytona.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you. We'll be anxious to see the backup cars just as good. Jordan Jorno will be going to the backup already. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
That's the best one. See a few drivers already out on track. As we went back to Jordan for a second. There he is. Cade Cannon driving the Throwback Dale Jr. paint job. As I understand, the numbers on the pylon ain't the best in the world, nor is this cup. This is ARCA, so I need to change that. But it'll refresh itself and get them right.
I meant to also ask drivers. I can't remember what we did at Daytona and another play track, but there is no going under the apron coming to the qualifying, correct?
Say that one more time.
If you're coming, if you're doing your qualifying lap, I can't remember what we did at the play track. You're not allowed to go below the apron, or is that allowed?
We do not allow for below the apron, though.
In qualifying, correct? Below apron is fine though during the race if you have to avoid a wreck and anything like that.
Yeah, if you're avoiding a wreck, yeah, but otherwise, no. For qualifying for the race, no. Avoiding a wreck, totally. That's understandable.
Aaron Stanton, Garrett Jenkins got a copy.
What's up, Garrett?
Well, buddy, last time we were at a plate track, you ended up winning at Daytona. Can you do the same tonight?
I'm gonna try. It's plate racing, so you never know.
Do you and the Chevrolets already have a plan already worked out, or is it play it by ear for the first 79 laps?
I never have a plan, Garrett. I just play it by ear. Whatever happens, happens.
All right, buddy. Best of luck. Best of luck in qualifying in the race. Hope to talk to you at the end of it.
Yep.
Oh, and Mike has the horn into the wall already. And just coming to the end of practice.
Just a reminder for the full field, no under the yellow for qualifying.
We'll get ready for qualifying here. Actually, we're going to move the pylon up to the top for momentarily, so the drivers at the bottom everybody can clearly see the drivers at the bottom in their qualifying scoring. You get a look at Colton Ward. I do got to change something real fast. Well, I believe this is just this is displaying the outlap here, so we're just going to hide this till the first driver posts the qualifying time, as that will be the number 60 of Chris Lyota.
You guys gonna qualify or?
And now Chris Lyota coming to the start finish line, and his lap has officially started. Just ignore these at the bottom. There we go. Well, thought I had it fixed. Anyway, Chris Lyota is the first one you see in the number 60. His time.
Here, do you have a copy?
Mic check. Mic check.
Clear.
Okay, there we go. All right, had to take care of that. Chris Lyota should be the first one posting a lap. 55.556. And Darcy Harr quickly will take that lap away. Harr goes top of the board. Jorno in second. Lyota falls back to third. Fourth now, Jesse Glover. See, some of the times at the bottom are outlaps as Cade Cannon now in that junior. And that 2015 Dale Jr. throwback goes top of the board. As you see now, the pylon starting to come up at the top of the screen. See a few drivers yet to post a lap, so the pylon might look a little iffy to start with. Going back through the field. Justin Millicar, of course. He's got double duty at restricted place tonight, as following the conclusion of this race, the Midnight Racing League will be running tonight in their Super Speedway edition. So, first of 2 Super Speedways for Justin and a few more drivers throughout the field. As right now, Millicar looking to complete his first. Stephen Henning Jr. is currently on his second, I believe. No, still his first. Right now, Colton Ward holds the provisional pole for tonight. And Millicar shuts it down. He'll go second quickest. And with that being said, I believe, right now Colton Ward holds the pole. 21, Shane Harr coming to complete his lap. Survey says, is it better? It is. Fifth quickest for Shane Harr. He'll settle in fifth, and Elijah Fisher trying to improve his lap time. And Fisher, does he improve? He does. Fourth quickest. As we got a couple minutes before qualifying, we'll go ahead and do the little race info thing, and then we'll be set for 80 laps. All right, everybody, welcome to Talladega, 2.66 miles. You get 4 sets of tires. That is included with the set that you have on. So you got 3 extra sets in the pits. 80 laps. Be patient for the majority of them. That's the only thing I cannot stress enough. Pace car speed limit is 70 mile an hour. Pit lane speed limit is 55. 44 incident points and 1 fast repair. Good luck tonight, boys. That being said, let's go ahead and knock out a couple interviews. Well, first, I got to view a car first. There we go. Gaunt Ward, Garrett Jenkins got a copy. Well, buddy, you got a fast hot rod tonight. It's sitting on pole. Can you keep it up there at the front?
Might be going to the back. I don't know. It
Garrett
depends
and Mike
on
went through a check laps.
how the racing
Everybody
is.
thought that was good.
I do like racing in the back a lot in these type of races.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you tonight. Colton Ward starts out front.
All right.
Can you repeat that one more time, Elijah?
I double checked everybody's laps with Mike. We're all good.
Okay. Let's see. Let's talk to, I should talk to restricted plate ace here. I call him one. Jordan, Garrett Jenkins again. You got a copy?
I got it.
Yeah, I do. What's up?
Buddy, we kind of in your wheelhouse. You always love these plate tracks. You got what it takes to get up to the front and potentially get this first win.
I hope so. It's more about working with the team here, keep us all in a good points position. But if I can, I'd love to obviously get the win. I know finishing in the top 2 the first 2 weeks, I haven't really shown back up on the podium yet, so it'd be nice to get back up there.
I'll take it too.
As I got to figure out what they're talking about here.
Justin and Colton want EOLs.
Justin Coleman. All right, appreciate it, buddy. Jordan Jorno comes in tonight 66 points above the cut line, so he's the safest one out of anybody. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Yep, thanks, man.
All right. And I'm going to go ahead and do this on the broadcast now. All right, everybody. This is going out to drivers and the audience. In honor of it being Memorial Day coming up, I'm going to ask for a moment of silence from everybody included. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And I will personally say on this broadcast tonight, very quickly before we get to starting grid, if it wasn't for the brave men and women who gave their lives for us to be able to come together on Saturday night and do this racing, then we wouldn't be able to do this tonight. So we thank, we honor, and we celebrate the men and women who gave their lives for us to do this. With that being said, the starting grid for tonight: Colton Ward on pole, Justin Millicar in second, Mike Hauser rolls off third, Elijah Fisher in fourth, Kay Cannon fifth, Shane Hart sixth, Stephen Henning Jr. in seventh, Jordan Jorno eighth. So a pair of Canadians on the fourth row. Aaron Stanton and Bobby Hideaway ninth and 10th, round out top 10. Darcy Harr 11th, Jesse Glover in 12th. Chris Lyota and Mark Pearson 13th, 14th. AJ Thompson rounds out the field in 15th. Go ahead and get the new face in here. Mark Pearson, Garrett Jenkins got a copy.
I sure do.
Well, buddy, we know you mainly from the Midnight Racing League and their deal. Welcome to Inspired. Well, you got anything for the field tonight?
I don't know, just kind of hanging out in the back, trying to avoid trouble here. We'll see how it goes.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you tonight. Mark Pearson rolls off in the back of the field, but got probably be at the front for too much longer.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Hopefully.
Yep. Hey, which chat were you in? One or three? Two or three?
Chevy 2.
Okay. So Mark Pearson, of course, a blacked out car tonight. And meanwhile, the field in the hands of Mike Hauser and Elijah Fisher. Miller Carr and Colton Ward took EOLs, so they will not be starting on the front row. So therefore, a pair of Fords will bring them down to the green flag. Field in the hands of Mike Hauser. We're rolling. The outside lane's already crumbled up here. Not many people on it. See a few drivers ducking to the bottom. Fisher falls in behind Hauser. Elijah Fisher jumps outside of Mike Hauser. Stephen Henning in tow with him, and it'll be Elijah Fisher leading lap one. Here comes Shane Harr on the outside. See Shane Harr now trying to get that outside lane to form up a little bit. He does got a Chevrolet and Bobby Hideaway in the back. Here comes Glover and Harr with him. But right now the outside lane not really doing nothing, guys. It is Ford leading 1, 2, and 3. Then you got Kate Cannon in fourth. The Daytona winner, Aaron Stanton, side by side with Shane Harr for fifth. Stephen Henning Jr., former winner of Daytona and various other leagues tonight. He knows how to get it done. As right now Fisher comes down, he'll lead lap 2. So you get a ride on board now with Elijah Fisher. Right now looking back at Stephen Henning Jr. This is similar to how the Daytona race kind of played out. See the outside lane still trying to make something happen with Shane Harr. You ride on board now with, I believe that's Glover. It is. With the Toyota bumper cam. On board with Hadaway as well. You see a little bit of contact between Hauser and Shane. But right now that outside lane yielding no favors tonight. Of course, a lot of drivers were warned about the blocking and the aggression going into tonight. But right now it is still pushing Fisher. Of course, Elijah Fisher and Shane Hard and Justin Millicar. Aaron Stanton pulling double duty as they will be doing 2 restrictor plate races tonight. This is the first one, and then they will be going to the Midnight Racing League at 11:30 on the Raging Idiot Racing Network for some more restrictor plate racing. So a lot of work cut out for them drivers, but right now Elijah Fisher holding off the pack. As you see the 3 Toyotas and the lone Chevrolet of Bobby Hadaway trying to make something happen. Right now you can see where your favorite manufacturer is running on the pylon. That is Ford first through third, followed by 2 Chevrolets to round out the top 5 and on down through the running order. The Hadaway jumped out of line there trying to make something happen. Nobody jumped out with him. So right now it's Ford controlling this race for the most part. Of course, the point standings, which we will display at a moment when they're either pitting or trying to get situated. Ran out of time to do it under the pace laps. But coming into tonight, Aaron Stanton, Stephen Henning, and Cade Cannon all safe for the top 3 provisional playoff positions based on their wins alone. Jordan Jorno comes into tonight plus 66. Elijah Fisher plus 51. Justin Millicar plus 50. And then where the cut line gets intense is Chris Lyota comes into the night plus 19. Michael Berger did hold the cut line, but because of him not being here tonight, it is open. It's open. It could very well go to Mike Hauser tonight as he is out by 8. Colton Ward does hold 19 points, but because of him being already eliminated from playoff eligibility due to lack of starts joining late in the season, he is therefore not eligible. So it's either going to go to Hauser or Shane tonight, but Shane Har, a lot of work cut out for him as he comes into tonight out of the playoffs by 32 points. So that being said, you still look at Elijah Fisher leading, but Shane Har is slowly bringing that outside lane with 4 cars. He is slowly bringing it up to the front. You're right on board with Shane Har and the Toyota Cam. Try to get a look at how the side draft works. See, he goes down to the quarter panel of the car. Oh, contact! Shane Har in the wall. And they are wrecking. Guy Racing starting the caution, and what happened? Stephen Henning apparently is involved in that. He is. Massive damage to the 12. Well, actually not much. A little damage to the front. We'll take a look at it. This is the first caution of the night. Bit of a net code type of deal. See, hitting hard off the wall. Set this up in real time here. So there is a bit of contact from Mike.
Sorry about that, Shane. I just looked at the replay now. Sorry about that. Trying to just stay off everybody, and I was getting hit from behind, and then I just got arrow pushed out.
We were going 20 miles per hour. So.
Looks like it's arrow. Let me play it one more time. Play it one more time. Alright. Alright, so after the replay, it's a very tough one to call. But upon diving deeper into it, it would appear that when the 21 comes down as the 43 is pushing the 12. There is the reason for contact appears to be either net code or simply air, which sucks the 21 down into the 43, and then there's where the contact's made. With that being said, there will be no EOLs for this incident. Review may need to be further after the race for clarification, but for right now, no EOLs. Thank you. Okay, that was a tough one. That being said, top 4 drivers decided to stay out under this pit stop. Elijah Fisher, Mike Hauser, Jesse Glover, and Darcy Harr for track position reasons. See a few more drivers at the bottom of the screen trying to pit. While they're doing that, we will get them point standings listed up. Hopefully everybody can see it hopefully everybody can see it on the side of the screen, but there's the point standings. As you see, Aaron Stanton comes in plus 2 wins. Henning and Cannon both with their wins, and then Jorno 66, Fisher 51, Millikar 50 points. Them are safe for the foreseeable future. But Lyota comes in plus 19, but with with Michael Berger not being here, Mike Hauser, I have a feeling will be a strong candidate into taking that 8th spot. And see Shane Harr out by 32, a lot of work to do. As Colton Ward and Cody Lumpton both eliminated already because of their lack of starts. As we get set, for the restart here. Get a quick word with Elijah Fisher. Elijah Fisher, Garrett Jenkins making this real quick, buddy. You've been out front the whole race. How's the car feeling?
Car feels really good. We've got a lot of strong, fast Fords here tonight. Hoping we can put one of these Ford Mustangs in victory lane. It's a great car.
All right, buddy. I know it's the first of two, so a win here would certainly help your case tonight going into the second one. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
See, get a look at that number 4 of Elijah Fisher. As right now, he's about to be bringing the field into the restart zone. You see David the flag man holding up the green flag, getting ready to get us back going, and we are rolling. Fisher already up to cover Mike Hauser, trying to get that outside lane to work. You see the 35 with a little bit of blinking, and already we're going 3 wide. One car getting put in the sucker hole. See now the 2 Fords down to the bottom. Go ahead and cover Darcy Hart on the apron.
Shane, can you please back off further? I mean,
See Shane
when
Hart
I'm pushing someone already, I need you to not hit me.
taking it. Shane Hart 3 wide, trying to get back up to the front. 52 almost pitching him. Hairy situation already. Shane Hart trying to make it up to the front. And you see Darcy Hart, his dad, battling up there for 3rd and for the lead potentially. So the Hars showing up in full force here tonight. See 96 trying to push him up to the front. But right now, Elijah Fisher still holding strong. We'll go on board here with Shane to get a look as he's inside all over the back bumper of his dad. And Darcy Hard straight to the front, splitting the 2 Fords in the middle. Mike Hauser going backwards. Aaron Stanton's coming with them. So for the first time tonight, and I believe the first time all season, is father and son, and both the Hars 1 and 2. Aaron Stanton, the Daytona winner and the driver with the most wins this season. Running in 3rd, Elijah Fisher trying to claw his way back up to the front. Stephen Henning jumps up with him. Mike Hauser has fallen a little ways back. There he is, 4th car in line. As right now, the Darcy Hard to come by the lead, his first laps of the season. One of the feel-good stories. As you see now, the Fords are trying to work themselves back up there as you look at Darcy Hart from the far chase and Fisher pushing in. Whoa! A little too much of a push. Oh, Darcy's loose. And that's going to put Shane 3 wide. And here comes Stanton to the bottom with Jorno and Cannon. The 3 Toyotas trying to do everything they can. Jesse Glover back there in 8th. But Shane Hart stuck in the middle. See, Aaron Stanton now jumps out of line. Aaron Stanton wants to lead. Big block by Jorno on Fisher. Fisher looks to the middle. 4 wide, almost back to 3. That's Aaron Stanton out front, 3 by 3. As Fisher and Henning trying to help some on the outside. You see that blue and yellow car, Mike Hauser. He drops to the middle to help his 4 teammates. But right now, almost mirroring Daytona, it is Jorno and Stanton out front. Meanwhile, Bobby Hadaway in 3rd. He's having a stellar performance already. As Darcy Hart goes to the back, Cannon and them jumps out of line. Hadaway into the wall a little bit. Hard's going to take advantage of that. And right now you see it's Ford versus Chevrolet with the assistance of a Toyota. Now we working lap 17. AJ Thompson, that Napa car comes from the top to the bottom.
We gotta move down, side draft them.
All right, now Elijah Fisher back out in front. Stephen Henning and Mike has with them as now Ford takes it over again. Elijah Fisher looking to add to his laps leg count. Now it reaches 14. See AJ Thompson starting in the back now. He's the one car on the outside trying to make something happen. Glover jumps out of line. Here comes Hard with Glover. The Toyota's refusing to yield as Darcy Hard jumps up there with him. But right now the Ford's just a little bit of a built just a little bit of a gap. That's according to the ticker, about a 5/10 of a second gap. Don't know how long that'll last once the field gets organized a little bit. But right now it's all the Fords hitting and Hauser pushing Fisher. As now that lead is somewhat dissipated, as you'll. And we'll ride on the back bumper of Mike Hauser, just listen. You hear him working that throttle, trying to stay off of hitting. Of course, Mike Hauser, one of the new faces in this league this year, started off great in the preseason for the Cup Series, racking up 2 wins, and from there he's been mildly consistent in both Cup and ARCA, but having missed a couple of races due to personal issues outside. This is how he finds himself looking in and trying to lock himself into the ARCA playoffs. As you see, Shane Hard jumps out of line again. Shane Hard, another one of them. You see him outside that blue 21 Camry. He is one of them that, again, couple of things outside of racing. He's missed a couple of races. Now he's got a lot of work to do to try to get into the playoffs. See, he's just working that outside lane, trying to get anybody to go winning. But right now, Toyota's kind of scattered across the board as Hard working on 4th, but right now Hard's in the top 5. Darcy Hard running in 8th, and Jesse Glover has fallen all the way back to the back of this field in 15th. And you see Mike Hauser jumped out of line for the moment. It covers Shane Hard's run and then blends right back in line. As the Fords now jump up, trying to help Shane get back in line, and he does. So Top 5 at it stands Elijah Fisher, Stephen Hitting, Mike Hauser, the top 3, all Fords. Bobby Hadaway in 5th and Shane Hart 4th. You see Justin Miller car, that 48 purple car, jumps way outside. See, right now it's just single file for the most part. This is very similar to how the Daytona race was ran. Nobody really made no bold moves until the end. It was pretty much racing smart. And right now, that's well, a lot of this race. Look, we had contact in the back there. Somehow, some drivers got out of shape. Saw Miller car on the bottom. Ain't too sure what happened back here. But now, we're going to be opened up to 2 unique packs. Right now, led by Cade Kennan and Colton Ward. So these 5 drivers back here are Ward, Lyota, Miller car, and Pearson and Glover can get hooked back up. And they will easily catch this pack, which is tail-ended by AJ Thompson, who has had a little bit of contact. Race control's got something to say. AJ, just be a little easy on the side drafts, buddy. No harm, no penalty or nothing, just a warning. Well, back to AJ Thompson, as race control had to say, son, been an up and down year for AJ. He has shown great speed throughout the year, and really it boils down to just luck hasn't been on his side in neither series so far. But make no mistake.
4 car, 12 and 43 pitting. Positions 1, 2, 3 pitting.
As you see, the 4 will be in this time, but when things go right for AJ, when things go right for AJ Thompson, when things go right for him, he is a contender and a threat to be reckoned with. And you see the Fords coming in. This is going to be very critical on the pit road entry. We will switch pylons up here just so you can see the drivers at the bottom, their pit times and how long it takes them to pit. Again, where it's flashing red, the red pit at the bottom, that will display their time whenever they do leave their pit boxes. As right now we focus back to the battle at hand, as it is Jorno, Hadaway, Shane Hart surrounded by all Chevrolets. And Hart blends back in line. And he immediately gets dished out. Back to the high side, the Chevrolets showing no favor tonight for right now. As you see, as the Fords are away, Jesse Glover has made a pit stop as well. Though if I ain't mistaken, he is off sequence, and he is badly. So we only switch to the tickers that go above the screen, where whenever drivers make pit stops, so it doesn't cut. So it doesn't cut no drivers. It doesn't overlap the other overlays, is what I'm trying to get out. But meanwhile, it is Chevrolet out front as they occupy now the top 4 spots, as it is Aaron Stanton and Jordan Jorno, near identical to Daytona and Richmond. As you look now at, of course, Aaron Stanton leading. Of course, you see it, 2 wins this season has him right now virtually locked into the points with his as he swept the first 2 seasons of the ARCA race at Daytona and Richmond. And since then, it's just been a quiet season, very consistent season for Aaron Stanton. And then you look at his teammate, Jordan Jorno, one of them drivers, very hungry for his first win. Get that figured out. There he goes. So there you look at the 84, fourth in point, 66 above the cut line coming into the night. And pretty much anywhere we go is a favorite to win on the restrictor plates. Meanwhile, get an update on where your favorite manufacturer is running, as right now it is Shane Harr fighting off all of the Chevrolets, as Bobby Hadaway will lead a lap. So, with the Fords just pitting, you look at the current pit strategy. As you see, pretty much a lot of drivers, the whole top 10 on their 20 lap stint. The Fords obviously went 25 for their first one, so either the Fords short pitted, trying to work some strategy for later in the race, or we will be seeing the remainder, which is the Chevrolets, and the one Toyota Shane Harr. Hopefully we will be seeing them pit here soon. Now you see the biggest mover of the race so far, AJ Thompson, that 18 Napa car right there, second in line, up 13 spots from where he started this race. Right now, apologize, looking for something. So right now it's just all about when would Chevrolet's pit. The next question would be will they be willing to work with Shane Harr? And the way it plays out right now, as here is the 3 Fords led by Stevie Hitting. So whenever the Chevrolets do pit, right now Stephen Henning projected to be the leader. And then on back to the field, of course, Darcy Harr, 1 lap down. He was off sequence, as well as Jesse Glover. Talladega comes down. It's a game of chess at almost 185, 190 mile an hour with these cars. And if you don't plan 3 steps ahead, you will be met in a similar situation as right now. You look back at the gap, as you see Harr, the first car, 1 lap down, Glover 1 lap down. To get a better correlation of where these drivers are, you can look on the track map. As you see, the Fords are actually entering turn 1 right now.
Next time by. 52 pitting next time by.
As the Chevrolets will be in this time, at least the 52 will be. But you get a look on the map of where the main pack is at, and you really see the effect when a driver calls out that he's pitting, as you, and Shane Hart will be going with him.
84 hitting this time, along with the 1860 and 27.
So we're gonna have a wad of cars coming to pit road, and well, there, I keep hitting that one thing again. And here they come. Kay Cannon stays out. And here comes some of the Chevrolets. A few have stayed out. Colton Ward, Cannon, Millicar, Pearson. 4 Chevrolets yet to pit.
96, could you move high for us?
'48, 9, 1942 hitting this time.
And here comes the remainder. Here comes the remaining Chevrolets will be in this time. So we will keep the pylon the way it is for the moment until these green flag pit stops get finished. Led by Cade Cannon, Justin Millicar jumping out way ahead. So right now, the way it's racking up with them 4, these should be your leaders all right here. And it will be so whenever they wrap back around, it is going to be Stephen Henning back out in front as the Chevrolets have got a lot of work to do to get gang back up. With pit stops out the way. This is, okay, so the 48 actually coming out where they are. This is actually going to help the Chevrolets. But right now, back out front, Stephen Henning in the Fords. Fords back out front. Meanwhile, you see the Chevrolets of Justin Millicar. Ken Aaron Stanton, Shane Hard in a Toyota, respectively. Colton Ward and Mark Pearson back there. As right now you get a battle for 4th right now as Stanton and Hard trying to make something happen on the outside lane. I'm surprised they're not single file trying to get sorted back out. There's a little bit of a separation there, which is not helping the Chevrolets' case at the moment. Get a look at Justin Millicar's car as I was studying that whole deal. So now they are. They're coming up on the lap car of Darcy Har. You see he will go up. As you see Millicar and Cannon trying to make something happen. They might try to use the 90, not 95, but 35 as a pick. They choose better of it. They drop in line. Now Millicar, a little bit of contact between the 4 and the 48. 3 wide, that's going to put Steven in the middle. Justin Millicar, Kenny Cannon trying to lead some laps here at Talladega. They will get cleared. But my God, was it close. And that has really brought the Chevrolets back up as Fisher goes to the back. And the 12 and the 43 are the only 4s left, and now they are sandwiched between the Chevrolets with 42 laps to go this time. And Cade Cannon Out front, Stephen Henning and Mike Hauser in second. Then behind him, as there comes Aaron Stan jumping out of line just up there with the other Chevrolets. With a few laps passed, we will look and see about how long the Chevrolets did go on their first pit stop. So yes, so yeah, about 25. So looking at the data as Henning looks inside as the Chevrolets form up on the outside, and then the Ford and then the two Toyotas of Har and Har. So judging by this information, we know that we can go, these cars can go about 25 laps on fuel. As you see, Stanton covers the bottom, blocks off the Fords from mounting a run. So right now, Chevrolet, like they were at Daytona, in control for the moment as we reach the halfway mark. See Fisher up top trying to make something happen, making it 3 wide. Ain't going to get much done without a car up there. Well, as I say that, he's making some ground on the 19 and on them cars up there. And he'll blend right back in line. So right now is Cade Cannon, last week's winner from Phoenix. Of course, he holds the third spot in the top 3 slots for the playoffs based on win. Oh, Henning gets turned. Caution is out. Stephen Henning Jr. for the second time in this race has gone around, and we're under caution for the second time in this race. Oh my. Let's go ahead and get a replay as it's showing on my side and race control side that something with the 43 and the 12. We'll get a look at it before we start saying anything. Looks like a bad push. Well, look at Stephen Henning, keep it off the wall, baby. Whoo!
Back.
He really done some driving to save that car. Let's get one more look at it in slow motion here. So the 4 pushing the 43, and it's just the meat and the sandwich. Meat and the sandwich, and buddy, look at that wheel work. On the brakes, off the brakes, back on the brakes. And Stephen Henning goes, and man, just does keep it off the wall. So let's actually back this up a little bit further here. Now we'll play it. And make it go faster a little bit. There we go. Not the best in the world, but it'll work. So yeah, then this is typical with these type of racing. Mistiming. And you can't really put it on the 4 because the 43 he's on and off hitting so much that eventually they just get out of time missequenced. Look at it one more time. We're actually right on board with Stephen Henning. This is real time. Justin Miller car does win the race off of pit road as we come back live, and I will go ahead and race control has their verdict made up. Alright, so after reviewing this incident, it's simply a racing incident. 4's pushing the 43. The 43's on and off the 12's bumper, and because of the inconsistency and staying locked onto the bumper, they just mistime it. And the 12 goes around off of a bad bump, so there will be no EOLs at this time. it will be considered a racing incident, and I would like to say good job to everybody for keeping it green this far. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
So you're saying he walked onto him and muffler hooked him?
I'm saying that the 4 pushes the 43. The 4 does not realize that the 43 is hitting the 12, and they merely just spin off of each other. It's just one of them mistimed deals.
I see, Garrett. You're not going to compliment me on my save from missing the wall. I see.
Look at the broadcast. I gave you more praise on that. Stephen Henning.
All right, that's good. Thank you, Garrett. Good broadcast so far.
Lord have mercy. Stephen Henning, the joker that he is. Chevrolet's coming back in this time to top off with fuel. That will give Shane Hard the lead. It is very... Whew. That spin got my blood pressure up. It has already suddenly got hot in this room. As a matter of fact, speaking of being hot, it is a hot night. As I don't know what 994 is. I'm not a meteorologist by no means, but 74 degrees out in Talladega, Alabama, 111 track temperature surface. So that track is extremely slick with a 40% humidity. But it is a clear, sunny day and no rain in sight that we know of. That being said, the Mustang pace car will be in this time. Get a look at that Mustang out in front. Little V6. I have all lighties. But meanwhile, back to the race at hand. There's no V6 engines underneath them bad boys. That's right now being led by Shane Harr. And he is surrounded by Fords. The next closest Toyota is not Tony Glover. What's it? Jesse Glover. My mistake. I apologize. I believe Jesse is a lap down. He's the only car 1 lap down. That being said, Shane Harr has been very aggressive, not the right word, but he's been one of them. He has not been content in riding tonight, and it has actually landed him in the lead. And coming to the restart zone now. Shane Harr brings them down. Mike Hauser to the outside. We're rolling. See the bottom lane with the predominant cars, but it's still the outside lane holding strong. Shane Hart leading them for the moment as Bobby Hadaway trying to lead the bottom. Hard down the block, the bottom. Of course, Shane Hart now able to control both lanes as they come off of turn 4 to complete lap 45. Now Hart right back up to the top. Shane Hart is doing something I like to call lane control. It's hard to do, but it's easy to do when you're clear. But as you see now, he is no longer clear, so now the only lane he has to control is that top lane and hope that they don't put him 3 wide. Oh, they're getting turned. Shane Hart, hitting upside down. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Nice done for Shane Hart. He's already used his 1 fast repair and his car's done if it can't be fixed. Stephen Henning, we just talked about that great
You
save.
almost ARCA braked that, and you sliding down the track and not braking, so that was crazy.
Let's get a look at it real fast. See, Stephen Henning, the steering's broke. He will probably need a tow back to the pit, so the night could be done for Stephen Henning as well. We'll get a look at it. Actually, let's get a look at it from the...
Pace car is entering 3.
Just give race control 1 minute. He's got to decipher all this.
Hey, Derek, can AJ get his penalty cleared for a car that was wrecked, not being able to pass him?
Yeah, let me figure out. I'm still trying to figure out this caution here, so just give me a minute.
Yep, no problem, thanks.
So after reviewing the incident, it's another tricky one to call, but the 4 is really, it just goes down to the 4's pushing the 21 in the corner, and the 4 essentially goes ahead and spins the 21. Incidental, nonetheless, obviously, but just goes down to bad contact at a bad time in the corner. So the 4 will receive the EOL for that incident. That'll be all. Thank you. Oh, and AJ needs his blank. Just give me that. Where's the... Jesus. Okay. EOL. And then I go to Jordan, can your AJ tell me, was it the 12 that you couldn't get around him? Just clarification.
He says it was the 96, and the 96 was going really slow, I guess.
his wheels hanging off.
I can't confirm. He was going really slow.
32 laps to go. The big one just transpired after from reviewing it exclusively to 4, pushing all over the back of the 21, which sends him down into the 96, triggering that, or not the 96.
Okay, I guess it wants Falcon to pass me. That's the new one.
And which kind of, with the pushing in these cars, it's very sensitive. Like these cars, these not meant to push like the next gen
Hey, we're
cars
going
are.
green here. Can we line up? I don't know why we're 20 feet off the safety car.
We got to review all of this back here. Alright, looks like they get everything straightened out. Pace cars in the pits, and we will come down. We're to start and we're rolling. AJ Thompson out front with Mike Hauser. They're still having trouble getting the restarts. So a little, either somebody missed a shift or something happened on the restart, but regardless, that has kind of screwed everybody else up. Stevie Hitting back out on track 2 laps down from being towed into the pits due to broken steering issues. Right now, AJ Thompson, Georgia on Aaron Stanton lead. First talked about AJ Thompson earlier in the race. You know, up and down season, when luck goes his way, he is normally at the front. It was evident of that at Kansas in the preseason in the Cup Series, where he led a handful of laps before ultimately getting turned off the Shane Hard's bumper. And he's had great flashes throughout the season, but just luck just ain't been on his side as right now. He leads. And again, going back to the incident that triggered the big one. These cars, they're very sensitive to where you push them at. They especially don't like being pushed in the corner. An example of that was in practice when the 42 pushed the 84 into the corner, and the 84 simply just got turned because these cars are so sensitive to where they get pushed at and how they get pushed. So in the 4, of course, how race control sees it, when the 4 is all over the back of the 21 and it can't get squared, it pretty much drives Shane Hard's car wherever it points. And of course, you saw it on the broadcast. See a little incident back there. Stephen Henning got forced out of line. But again, it's just, it boils down to when and where the pushes happen. And because of that push, it drove Shane Hard's car down into the 52. That's where the call comes from race control standpoint. But still a long way to go. 28 long laps around this 2.66, just over 2.5 mile track. We'll be working lap 27. AJ Thompson, of course, still out in front. Jordan, Aaron Stanton, the top 3. Mike Hauser right now, the lone Ford in the top 5, and Darcy Harr, after going a lap down earlier, has worked himself up into the picture. Of course, the only car I had to race tonight, Shane Harr, out. He will be credited with 15th place, as right now you see back there Justin Miller car. See this little pat back here they've got formed up, and right now you see on the ticker that they are now gaining a lot of ground already to the lead pack. And right now, Justin Miller car trying to pull this pack up to the front pack that's still led right now by AJ Thompson. Of course, Stephen Henning, after an amazing save earlier in the race, goes upside down, breaks all the steering linkages on his car. He had to get towed to the pits. But because the drivers are granted one fast repair in every Inspired Racing League Series race, he is able to continue this race, but because of the towing, he is 2 laps down. The dominant car of Elijah Fisher in that pack back there, that is still gaining rapidly on this front pack. He is an 11th after leading 23 laps so far. He right now holds the coveted 1 bonus point for leading the most laps. The driver that holds the fastest lap so far at a 50.7110 is Cade Cannon. You can actually look now on the pylon to see the driver's best laps that they've ran so far. As you see, that bottom pack, that pack that Justin Miller car's led has surged its way back up to the front. See, and then something else happened back there, and now it has shifted. Now Cade Cannon, Colt Ward, Chris Liotta, among others, now have to work their way back up. 24 laps to go. Here from Talladega. Justin Miller car has worked himself up. Mark Pearson worked himself up there with him, as has the Ford of Elijah Fisher. These drivers will be one of several in the Inspired Racing League to run the Midnight Racing League Series, their Super Speedway Series, later tonight. And right now, Justin Millicar representing that lead well as Millicar surges ahead back to the lead for the second time tonight. AJ Thompson holding strong on the bottom. As right now, Chevrolet controls the majority of this race. And it's funny how the roles have reversed, because beforehand, as Fisher ducks out of line, big run, hoping somebody goes with him. Mike Hauser too far back there to get up to him. But again, the Midnight Racing League race will be ran later tonight, live on the Raging Idiot Racing Network. So right now, Justin Millicar leading, Mark Pearson, Cade Cannon, Colt Ward, the top 5, and then from there, Chris Liotta, the other Ford. There was another Ford up there. Oh, never mind. He's a Chevrolet. I forgot. They made the switch during the midway to season. Never mind. So I apologize for that miscommunication. As right now, there you see Mike Hauser locked on to the bumper of Elijah Fisher. Fisher now, they're trying to make their way up through the field. As you hear the call, some of the Chevrolets will be coming in this time. You gotta think them jokers falling to the back. Was that by design? Sorry. Bad hiccup there. Was that by design for them to drop to the back? Probably get ready to pit here. We're about to find out. And here they come. So half of the Chevrolets are in this time. Of course, you got to think now.
48-19-9.
This is so strategy is indeed being played because they haven't even gone the whole distance yet. As you see, more of the Chevrolets will be coming in. Hello!
Alright, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Caution is out. Bobby Hadaway goes for a slide. Bobby Hadaway goes for a spin, locking up the brakes, and that, well, I ain't gonna say that yet. Let's go ahead and just get a look at it. Yeah, locked up the brakes and goes on around. Yeah, slid up onto the track. It might not would have been a caution. But because he goes up to the track, and of course I ain't got the time to look over and see if anybody else is coming, went ahead and throw it out. Regardless, it's still a spin on the track, so the caution comes out nevertheless. Get one more look at it here. Yeah, he's just coming in too high. He's going to plow into the back of the 19. Race control already has their thing. So after review of the incident, 52 locks up the brakes and goes for a slide, spinning up the track, which triggers the caution. The 52 will receive the EOL at this time. Thank you.
Mark, you gotta come by me. Garrett, I might need a clear if Mark says.
Go happy.
I'm good.
See, well, we'll get Vita race off of pit road. Mike Hauser in. Drivers taking tires. Interesting. And Darcy Hart. Mike Hauser wins the race off of pit road. So now,
Darcy, you need to speed it up, buddy.
Said I was supposed to let you by. I was going to let you by.
let's see here. Justin Miller car, Garrett Jenkins got a copy.
Yes, sir. How's it going?
It's going good. Yeah, caution unfortunately comes out, messes up I'm assuming messed up any kind of strategy that you guys had. Is it so? Do you think the field, or at least the Chevrolets, are they good to the end now, or is it still up in the air?
Oh yeah, we're good to go. We ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm doing it out of habit, turning the car off and stuff. But I got like 25 in the tank. I filled it up pretty hard.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you. I know you'll be trying to go for 2 restrictor plate wins tonight. We hope to talk to you at the end of both of them.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, were you in 2 or 1 or 2 or 3?
3 with Mark.
All right. Get you back in there. Justin Millicar right now leading out front. So we know that Justin Millicar is good by at least 7-8 laps. That being said, we'll go ahead and switch over pylons here. 17 laps to go and under our 4th caution tonight. For Bobby Hadaway, spinning coming into pit road and going up onto the racetrack. That being said, we can assume that all drivers are good for the regulated distance. Over time, still very questionable. There's Justin Millicar, Colton Ward, Mark Pearson, Jordan Jorno, Kate Cannon, the top 5, Stanton, Lyota, Thompson, Hauser, and Darcy Harr rounds out the top 10. Jesse Glover's back on the lead lap in 11th. Elijah Fisher made a pit stop. Took an extra long pit stop. And he is back in 12th. Bobby Hadaway received the EOL for spinning onto the track, throwing the caution. As we got. Something has happened under pit road, under caution for the second.
Not going green. Not going green.
Not going green this time. Look back at what happens. Like, what happens back here?
We're gonna have to let the pace car by. Pits are closed, and we will be going green this lap. Jared, can you review that for like standard yellow, essentially?
No one checked my rear end.
Yeah, so after review, there's a checkup effect between a 42 and the 84, triggering that whole incident.
You're good, AJ. You don't have anything.
Darcy Harr in the pit, so don't know how hard it is to just line up for a restart. But nonetheless, that extends the yellow and allows for a few drivers who might not would have been safe on fuel to save a little bit more here. Nonetheless, we're going to try this one more time. So now we're going to see. We're going to try this again. Ain't the first time we've had this incident this year. Coming to the restart zone, Justin Milligard, Colton Ward. Brings them down into the restart zone. We're rolling with 15 laps to go this time from Talladega. Millicard, huge jump. See, drivers already dicing around. Colton Ward again not eligible for the playoffs. Did not notice joining the season late. So right now he is just trying to throw a wrench in everything. Trophy hunting as he calls it. And right now he's leading that bottom lane with Cade Cannon, Chris Leota, and Bobby Hadaway. Justin Millicard is pulling Mark Pearson. Jordan Jorno, Aaron Stanton, AJ Thompson. The Fords of Hauser, Fisher, and Stevie Hitting trying to make something happen. Stanton goes up to block them. Stevie Hitting knows that he is not eligible for the win unless they get another 2 more cautions. But he knows that he can help his 4 teammates get up there and throw one of them in the victory lane. But right now they're struggling back there trying to build anything as they're surrounded. They're surrounded by all Chevrolets. Darcy Harr has returned to the racetrack 1 lap down. After that incident, that will definitely be reviewed after the race. Which means the lone Toyota eligible to win is Jesse Glover. And he is falling off the pace from the lead pack. So for right now, unless there's another caution, Chevrolet and Ford will determine the winner of this race is Colton Ward trying to get his 2nd win of the season. Of course, Colton Ward, he's been in a running numerous times this season. He was the dominator at Watkins Glen before iRacing had some issues with the restart. That enabled the 94 to steal that win from him. If you look at Colton Ward now, again, his 1 win this season came at Auto Club. And right now he leads at Talladega with 11 to go. Cade Cannon, last week's winner from Phoenix. Meanwhile, two wide for the lead is right now the only ones who seem to have a say who will win tonight is between the Chevrolets. Mike Hauser slowly creeping his way in. He is up to 7th. Right now you can see where your favorite manufacturer is running one more time, as if you're a Chevrolet fan, you're jumping up and down. If you're a Ford fan, there's still hope, as well as for Toyota fans. Still anybody's race with 10 laps to go. But right now,
Go to the apron flat car.
you see Darcy Harr
You guys are welcome since you guys messed up my race.
Obviously, you hear it over the radio a bit. Some disappointment over Darcy Harr's races right now. The Ford's trying to make something happen again. Here it comes. Here comes Hauser and Fisher. Oh, big block by Millicar. They keep it straight. Somehow. Well, that has completely destroyed that outside lane. As right now, the Daytona winner, Aaron Stanton's out in front. Colton Ward, K. Kenny, Lyota, the top four. Hauser working for fifth. What a save by everybody. You see top four now starting to break away, staying single file. They're trying to make this race for themselves. Good God. Coming to 9 to go. Aaron Stanton trying to get win number 3 of the season. And sweep the restrictor plate races. Eight to go. Does Colton Ward step out in front, or one of the Chevrolets step out in front? Or do they push Aaron Stanton to victory tonight? I'm sorry. Millicar jumps up top. Millicar wants to lead back. And according to my calculations, it's been made official that Elijah Fisher, of course, by my calculations alone, that Elijah Fisher will receive the extra bonus point for most laps led tonight at 24. Right now, though, the battle between the front runners. Millicar back up in front after that aggressive block. Well, I ain't going to say aggressive. We'll look at it later on, get inside of some drivers from their standpoint. But right now, Justin Millicar walked into tonight plus 50 to the good. He is trying to make something happen. He wants that third playoff spot. That's what he wants. Aaron Stanton right now trying to further solidify a dominant season so far. Trying to get win number 3, and still anybody's racing this front pack. 6 to go this time for Talladega. Mike Hauser, the lone Ford, trying to make something happen. On the back straightaway, Hauser looks out. Pearson sticking with Millicar right now. No lane can gain the upper hand yet. As I say that, Justin Millicar out by car lengths. Bottom lane starting to deteriorate. See Stanton trying to side drive Mike Hauser, and that's going to cost him. He'll be put 3 wide. Never mind, he's let back in line. Mike Hauser, the lone Ford, up to 3rd. He is trying to do whatever he can. Now we're single file, 5 laps to go. Hauser looks to the bottom. Nobody goes with him. So now, can Mike Hauser do anything to try to help his chances?
Okay.
See Lyota off the wall a little bit back there. No harm, no foul.
What the crap?
That's now, right now. Single file. I doubt they're going to stay single file all the way to the end. I'll be surprised if they do. But Mark Pearson locked onto the back of Justin Millicar's bumper. Of course, Pearson is his first night here in Inspired, and what a phenomenal way to start running second at Talladega. Part of me believes that he will not leave the back bumper of Justin Millicar. Of course, Millicar has said a couple months, as stated a couple minutes ago, Millicar comes in plus 50 to the good above the cut line. But a win right now would definitely help one way or another. Coming to 3 laps to go. It was actually just, of course, not official until Elijah Fisher releases the points. But as of right now, if Justin Millicar was to win this race, he would knock Cade Cannon out of that third playoff seed on points alone. They would both have one win. They would both have one win to their name. But the tiebreaker goes to points on who gets that third seed. As we are coming to 2 laps to go. If anybody's going to make a move, they need to make something now. So far, nobody's really trying to make a move or nothing. Chevrolet top 7. Mike Hazard alone forward up there in 8th. So far, this thing is single file. They might just decide to ride it out. It's going to be a great points day for Chevrolet regardless. And we are in the final lap at Talladega. Justin Millicar trying to wrap this one up. Does anybody try to step out of line? Does anybody try to make something happen? Does anybody feel greedy? Or will Chevrolet wrap up the top 7? We're about to find out. Stanton drops down to the bottom. Aaron Stanton to the bottom. Here comes Jordan O'Winham. Aaron Stanton has something to say about this. Here comes Stanton to the bottom. Jordan O'Leota, Hauser with them. They're going to battle it out here. Cannon looks up top. Colton Ward trying to go with him. Millicar blocks the bottom. Oh, Stan's going. He saved it. It comes right back up and blends in. 4 wide. Justin Millicar. Cannon looking up top. They're shoving. They're banging. At the line. Millicar's got it. Justin Millicar will go to victory lane at Talladega, but not by much. What a race. Chris Lyota's car is wrecked. What a finish. Let's go back, see if we can't capture it. You see they'll be coming right up here from the top. And we will be getting a word with Justin Millicar here in a minute.
Justin when he can't drive hard track.
That is the, good God, I timed that one perfectly.
Huh?
I impressed myself. Justin Millicar is your winners, folks, by that much. Let's get a word with him in here. Justin Millicar, you got a copy, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Buddy, we're looking at the finish right now. It is not by much. Tell me about it, buddy, because it looked like y'all were just going to stay single file the whole time, and then the 27 made his move. Tell me about the defense that went into blocking that whole last half of that lap.
Yeah, just a lot of mirror driving, to be honest. I was watching it in my mirror. I was hoping that we would stick together a little bit. Ended up going to with Mark, but Mark's right rear got taken by Jordan. So once that happened, I had to block the low side, and then coming to the line, I saw Cade coming. I just thought I would speed match him there, and that's what we did. And luckily, it worked out. I know it was pretty close, but I didn't want to go up and block him because I would have got wrecked. So decided I'll just speed match him, and I've done a lot of these, so I figured I'd have it out there. So yeah.
Well, buddy, the unofficial. Actually, it says you're tied on my side of things. It's like 1/100th of a second. It is the first of two, buddy. So you better get ready for that second one. Who do you want to thank real fast tonight?
Just want to thank all the Chevy guys out there. We were, talking, communicating. Thank you to 210, obviously. As you can see, this is the only reason I'm able to do things. Thank you for Elijah for putting an easy track in the schedule. And, thanks to you for broadcasting. And Eternal for, being a team player there. We were, always run their schemes, always enjoy being on their team. So, yeah.
All right, buddy. Justin Millicar's not done tonight. I believe he's going to Daytona to try to sweep tonight. I'm correct, Nina?
Atlanta
next gens. Justin Millicar takes the win tonight, and buddy, not by much. Congratulations. We'll get your teammate Cade Kenny in here.
Thank you.
Cade Cannon, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so close. That's the only word that can be described tonight. Take me through that last lap. Was there a plan amongst the Chevrolet drivers to eventually every man for himself at that point?
We knew there was no plan to start the race at all. Like, we all had different type of ideas. But when we all realized we all were lined up, I think about 5 to go, I think we all had knew, all right, make it to the white, and once the white hits, it's every man for himself, but just make it to the checkered. And I didn't think, I would even get as close as I did. I was just going to wait. I saw Aaron and all them make them move, and I realized by the side draft and it left the outside lane. Thankfully, Colton went with me. And I thought, once I saw Colton lay off, I was like, oh, that's it. Next thing I know, I got Colton shoving me. I was like, I may be able to barely get him, and unfortunately, we were just
another 200 feet. It would have been yours. Another 200 feet.
I told Colton that I was like, man, if you had just been able to get my bumper close to hour 4, I think we could have got. But at the end of the day, I'll take great work with the Chevys. Great teamwork with all of us. But I'll take a second place after a win last week. I really, really wanted to win this race. Today is my dad's birthday, the first one without him. Was hoping to bring it home, but I will take a second any day of the week, and I'll take that as a win at the end of the day.
Well, buddy, I know he's happy for you. I know he got a great race. I did. I know for sure I did, and so did a lot of the viewers watching tonight. I think we maxed out at 13 at one point. Thanks to everybody for them. Real fast, who do you want to thank tonight, buddy?
All of Chevy, thank you to Justin, Colin, all of them, just help them shove up there, but also Chevy in general. We all worked good together. Sometimes things didn't work out the way we wanted, but at the end of the day, we wanted to be where we at the end there, and we all were there. So shout out to them, shout out to my family, all ones that are here with me and up above, all that type of stuff, and just ready to get to it next week and hopefully go get.
All right, buddy. Cade Cannon walks out of here, and probably the worst way to ever want to finish second, bumper short. Appreciate the time, buddy.
Thank you, bro.
We'll get the third place driver in here. We will get. Oh, there he is. Well, not getting it back out. All right, stay.
I went for a ride right there.
Trust me, I know. Colton Ward, third place finish here tonight. Not by much over Aaron and Jordan. Tell me about how your race went from starting in the back pretty much the whole night.
It was a pretty chill race, like how I kind of wanted it to be. and then that was a crazy finish. I thought I kind of messed up. I let up too much space there at the end, but that run did come, and he almost got first.
Well, I talked to, as a matter of fact, I just got done talking to Kane, and I asked him, was it the plan was there ever a plan that if it came down to the scenario where it's between Chevrolet, was there ever talking about maybe just sticking in line, or was this the plan to put on a thrilling finish at the end?
We were trying to all in our party line up, but that didn't really happen. So I think we just ended up racing it in the end.
All right, buddy. I mean, it was a thrilling finish to say the least. Just real fast, who do you want to thank tonight?
You guys setting up the race and stuff. My teammates. Yep.
All right, buddy. So, right now, unofficially, Colton Ward credited with P3rd. Congratulations again, and buddy, I'm going to say this. Next season, buddy, a lot of people, you're on everybody's radar. So, keep it up, and hopefully you'll be a threat next year. Because right now, you're showing everybody you're not messing around. Congratulations on 3rd.
Thank you.
I'm getting Mike Hauser in here. Mike Hauser, Garrett Jenkins got a copy.
10-4, Garrett, I got you.
Well, buddy, it would look to be Ford's race for the first half of that race, and then things just went awry. Tell me, was there anything you could do in there where you hoping that some of the Chevrolets would go with you and try to get you up there, or just tell me about them last few laps?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Ford's down on car count, so we're really kind of trying to work with what we have here, and we tried our best to work out. I know we got into a couple incidents tonight, and I'm definitely going to take blame for some of those. It was so hard to control the car in the draft, but yeah, late in the race there, I had Elijah right behind me. You had a huge run, and 48 put a really late block on me, and I almost wrecked the field, so I'm glad I didn't wreck the field, but, and then I go help him later, and he leaves me out to dry, which sucks, but, I get it. I was really hoping some Chevys would work with me, yeah, but I also understand them having, working with other Chevys. I'm just glad I brought the car home in one piece and made it look really entertaining at the finish.
All right, buddy. Of course, I don't believe you're one of the drivers pulling off double duty tonight, so I know you're probably anxious to go to bed. So, real fast, who do you want to thank tonight?
Obviously I want to thank my sponsors, Wrangler and Ford and all my teammates, well, just the two teammates, Elijah and Steve. We were pulling off some really sweet looking moves tonight, and it sucks it didn't work out, but wouldn't trade them for anything. So yeah, and then thank you for doing the broadcast as always.
Yes, sir, buddy. Yes, sir. Unofficially right now, you're accredited with 6th. So a great run for Mike Hauser tonight. And he will, the way I view it by my calculations, Mike Hauser should take over that 8th seed, but we won't know until it officially comes out. But Mike, congratulations on a good run, keeping the car in one piece. We look forward to seeing you at Road America Monday night.
Thank you, Garrett.
Yes, sir. Well, that being said, we go back live as give you a rundown on the race results tonight. That is not the right one. Oh, there we go, right there. There we go. So Justin Miller car. There's the official margin, 0.14 of a second over Cade Cannon. Colton Ward. Colton Ward comes in 3rd. Jordan Jorno so close again to that elusive first victory here in the Inspired Racing League. He will come home in 4th. Aaron Stanton in 5th. Mike Hauser, the highest running Chevrolet or Ford tonight, in 6th. Chris Liotta in 7th. Mark Pearson in 8th. AJ Thompson 9th. Bobby Hadaway, who led some decent laps tonight, he will come home in 10th. Elijah Fisher will walk away tonight with that bonus point for leading the most laps of 24 Jesse Glover in 12th. Darcy Harr, after being caught up in a restart incident, will come home 13th. Stephen Henning went on his lid. Was able to get back out and salvage a 14th. And Shane Harr, after being up front, staying at the front, eventually his runs out. And the only big one of the night. And it will come home in 15th. With that being said, the action's not done tonight. We still got one more race to go. It will be the Midnight Racing League Super Speedway Series. Next Gens at Atlanta. With that being said, I'm Garrett Jenkins.